Congratulations, you've just completed the first week of your golden journey. And as we prepare to go into the second week, I just want to review what's in your backpack. So I wanted to gift you different skills and different practices that you would use throughout this 45 days that would change the way you show up and live the precious moments of your life. Now, that sounds huge, right? Like, I want to change your life in 45 days. But I believe that we do change our lives and we become happier or more kind, more compassionate, or more fun-loving, joyful people through small practices. But the idea is to practice them. And so this journey is a way to kind of condense some of these great practices that will help you shift the way you show up. So just reviewing those, like what we put in your backpack for this journey is that you're going to be creating the space in between by cultivating silence and listening and directing your intentions towards gratitude, a perspective of grounding yourself in what is real and what is beautiful and feels like a blessing in your life. You're going to use the breath as one of your techniques to pause. Take that deep breath that you're practicing every day, but also throughout the day as medicine to create that space again, to give you an opportunity to, how do I want to show up for this? Maybe the opportunity to unplug and reset, which was one of our gifts from this week as well, to flip it, to know you're going down a path that you don't want to be angry or irritated or worried about something. So you catch yourself and you flip it instead to gratitude or to joy. These are the gifts from this first week that I want you to take with you into this next week. The quote that I would like to share with you today is a quote by Annie Dillard. It's one of my favorites. It's become a personal mantra that I live by. She said, "How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives." And I've added to that, how we spend our moments is, of course, how we spend our days. And I use this as a mantra that helps me remember, how am I showing up? If at the end of the day, I'm about to go to sleep and I'm irritated or I had a bad day because, then do I want to show up, do I want to wake up the next morning and repeat it, like Groundhog's Day? Or do I want to evaluate and be that heroine of my life, put my hands on my hips and say, wait a second, I'm writing this story that I'm living, that I'm the star of. I didn't like the way I wrote it yesterday. I'm going to write it different today. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to practice being kind to myself, to others in these situations, old patterns of ways of being where I'm not kind to myself and I'm judgy to myself. These are just like little examples of how I use this quote to just remind myself. And I want to remind you this week as we put some more practices in your backpack to say, I am the hero of this story. Hands on your hips. I am the star, and how I spend my days is going to be how, when I take my last breath and I look back and say, this is how I spent my life. Let's spend it well. Let's practice gratitude and breathe into choosing the way you want to love yourself and love other people in your life, the way you want to live your life with a sense of adventure, to try new things, to be willing to take risks and fail and get up and try again, and hands back on the hips, and just getting your compass out, locating yourself and saying, okay, I'm going to try to go this way. These are all beautiful metaphors and examples of really how I want to encourage you this week to show up and direct your course, direct your path. As we continue this journey together, I am cheering you on next to you, saying, make time for yourself today. Fill your cup with silence, fill your cup with reflection. You just I cheer you on, but also cheer yourself on if you used one practice today when there was a situation you normally would have responded in a way you don't really care for, or you don't want to keep repeating, and you didn't because you took a breath and you chose a different path. Yay, congratulate yourself for that. It's the small little changes and shifts that we make that are the path to transformation that we're on.